So we're here at the Farm Progress Show. And Case IH has brought a number of people here to show off their latest and greatest. We have the 8260, very similar to the 9260 we had on the farm. I think the horsepower is a little less of this machine, but other than that, very similar to the 9260. And then, of course, the AF10, which is a little smaller than the F11, hence the 10. But the biggest difference is, from my understanding talking to these guys, there is nothing different other than that has a long, big single rotor, and the 11 has a twin rotor. So they take the same diameter rotor, but it's almost 12 feet long. So massive separation area. So I am excited to get in that, and I'm excited to get in this because these new tracks have suspension in them and the flex, and it's supposedly this thing rides just as good or better than that. So let's go find out. This is just new territory. I don't know much about these. I know a lot of you guys do. I don't. I know it's called the snoot. I think I got that figured out. Corn heads are just new. I get the concept, but I just have not literally. I've only got a few minutes of being on one of these when they're running, so this is definitely new territory. I see they're dual PTO drive. I didn't realize that. Oh no, wait, they've got this one disconnected. I don't think this combine's gonna run in the corn today. The other one is. Huh, it's fun. I don't know. Us dry land, big sky wheat farmers aren't real familiar with this kind of stuff. Like the old style spreaders. I hear those are like really popular now. That's nice. They're simple. I like simple.
Hey, what do you want?
I was gonna poke her, but she's scary. Not.
Are you doing that YouTube thing?
What you? No.
Get that camera out of here. We're trying to work, okay? We got a job to do. Let's go harvest.
I thought you were nice. She's rude.
I'm just productive. We've got stuff to do today.
She's got a good point there, but still.
We've got a lot of acres to get under. But apparently these new combines, it's gonna go pretty fast. So maybe we don't have to be in a hurry.
I think I'm gonna need some emotional support later on. She's feisty, too feisty.
I think I'm gonna need some emotional support.
Why, because you're running red?
Yeah. Maybe today will change my mind. We'll see.
We'll see. You never know. Okay, the thing is though, whatever color you're running, as long as it gets the job done, you're happy with it, and you're feeding people around the world. I mean, how
Absolutely.
This is literally the support of agriculture right here at this show. I would say everybody has the same goal in mind.
We have the greatest jobs in the world, I think.
I think so.
Can we agree on that?
I think so.
We can agree on one thing.
She's actually pretty nice. You know, I take back everything I said.
You just have to
hang on a
in
second.
person. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes on, baby.
I think that's a great way
Make
to
your
start.
judgment at the end.
Make my judgment at the end. Oh, I will. I will judge.
We'll circle back around after a day of harvesting together.
Well, let's hold this thought. We'll carry on the conversation
Are you
later
going to be a grain cart driver today at all?
I don't know. Can I be?
If you're going to be the grain cart driver, I bet I could blame something on you.
Oh man, this is on. This is on.
Okay.
It's on.
We're on.
It's definitely on.
I'll see you out in the field. We'll settle it out there.
Okay. That's Welker Farms, if you guys didn't know. I'm a little bit prettier than she is, but we won't go into that competition right now.
All right, we just climbed aboard the 7260, and we're gonna go for a quick spin. And this has the tracks on it. Now, are these ATS tracks?
No.
They're not?
No.
Okay.
They are C&H tracks.
C&H tracks.
C&H tracks.
Okay. C&H
So
tracks.
They're C&H tracks, and it's built from within the company, and it's, you know, the big difference is flotation. It's a longer track, so it's almost a foot longer, like 11 inches longer than our Fargo tracks.
Really?
So it's a 4-roller instead of, I don't know if you noticed, but it's 4 rollers instead of 3 rollers. And so it gives you a little longer track, but so when you get a longer track, you get a little more flotation, right? So the flotation's around 11 pounds per square inch.
And now, is that considered with the full hopper, or is that empty combine with just a head? Or is that just combine by itself?
That's with the header and the grain tank.
So 100% as low as you get this combine, you weigh your Big Mac.
Measured right around there, yep.
Is your turning radius limited by the longer tracks? Does it affect any of that? So you can still turn just as sharp with this as you could with duals on it?
Yep, no difference there as far as that goes.
Okay.
Nope. So, the main changes here with the 260 series is obviously displays. I think the obvious here.
Yeah.
And you got 2 displays. You know, why do we have 2 displays? And you have experience with it already, but you know, you guys want to see their combine information, right? Our settings, loss funnels, all right here.
Yeah.
Well, on the old model, I want to look at my yield, so I'm scrolling through here. It just you're very busy, right? Everything going on. So adding display is going to add. Now we got our map, our guidance right here.
Yeah.
So I can make and twist and pinch and twist and do whatever
See
here.
your guidance line.
Hey, look at that nice cam line here.
Yep.
See, we're almost sitting in there.
Yeah.
But it's really you can make lines right here as we're going through this road guidance, and that's what I'm going to show off here is the road guidance. But the we have two features with it. You've got the Road Guide, Case IH Road Guide Pro.
Okay.
And you've got the standard road
Is this
guide.
down here?
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
Correct. So that that is the new road guide, and really it's the same sensor that we've always had for the corn headers.
Now it's the same as the snoot's just not on it, right? So it's sit over the top of that. Okay,
So
you just have the snoot off to show it, but
yep, for
okay.
the purpose of this test.
Got it. Okay.
I unhooked the drive line, so I'm not running the corn header.
Yep.
Obviously, because I got a harness run there. I wanted to show off. We wanted to show off the harness or the display or the sensors as we're going through the track.
Got it.
And that hardware didn't really change. What changed was the software.
Okay.
And that's the big thing is we are now doing this internally.
Okay.
And big changes. It's all very, very, very accurate.
Okay.
And I'll show you here in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's a world of difference.
Wow.
And
I see you have a course set up for
somebody went and planted this corn, simulated
that must have been
corn,
fun putting all those in the ground.
And it's pretty perfect here. So we're gonna show it off
Okay.
here.
Now, can you put your hopper cam up there full time? There it is. Okay. For some reason, I was struggling to get that figured out when we had the demo for a bit. I couldn't get it up there, but I see you can. So okay.
Yep.
That's nice. Got it.
That's there. You got the option. I think it's up to like 6 cameras if you want.
Oh really? Wow.
Right today we got 3 from the factory.
Yeah.
You can order that as an option.
This is all new ground for me. I'm not used to the corn stuff.
Yeah, I know you guys are.
Yeah.
You guys should buy a corn and come down here and
we should.
Corn, huh?
I just ran into some fans here. Come over here, buddy. Look at this. Welker Farms. Oh man, isn't that awesome? Wait a minute. Where's the Welker shirt? What happened, buddy? Is that Nick Welker? Oh, there we go. Oh, my brother signed it. Good. At least somebody's on there. Yeah. But how you doing, bud? Good. Are these your brothers and sisters? No brothers. There's no sisters. Do you have any sisters? You don't? Do you want one? Where are you guys from?
Manitoba.
Manitoba. How far is that from here? How far of a drive?
12 hours. I think we did a big road trip, so I'm not even sure how far it is right now. I think it's about a 12-hour drive.
Oh my goodness, that's a little bit of a drive. Family road trip?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your shirt. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is okay. All right, I'm going to visit with these guys.
Okay, Brian. What's new?
I don't know.
Hey, don't talk to him. He's all wet.
We've got Brian. Then we got Ron.
Well, hello.
What's up, Ron? That guy.
And
We're talking cameras. Is it done raining yet? Can we go outside?
I don't think Bob knows what just happened out there.
He's trying to figure it out.
So
It's like
water
coming off the
can
roof.
fall from the sky. It was a
whole
flock. It's a foreign concept.
Flock of geese.
yeah, flock of geese.
Brian, floor it.
There she goes.
Brian, what are you doing down there?
Push.
Hey, just give it gas.
You going?
We're trying. We're trying. Everybody leave.
Was there any kind of waiver you had to sign about this thing, about passengers or anything, Brian?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
It's
check
not
it.
attached
is
to my
this?
drive.
Brian's rental at the show.
That thing looks familiar. We were at the Demco booth, checking out their new toys. I could use like 5 of those. Anyways, let's go see what else is out there. So you guys might know that this guy is terrified of the camera, but if you don't know who this is, He looks like Santa Claus's cousin, brother, nephew.
Like maybe
Sister.
illegitimate child.
Oh, there.
I don't know. Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
probably about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I do keep a big red bag over my shoulder sometimes.
That's just weird.
It's full of old broken parts that I try and curb at the scrap steel recycler for tax-free money.
Do you just keep it for a rainy day? Like I'm going to use it one day?
Yeah, actually, it just goes in the corner of the shop. My dad started the pile way back in the early 60s. I'm just trying to add to it, you know what I mean? It's my inheritance.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you guys don't know who this is Quick Dick. He's very quick at whatever. I don't know. What do you do?
You know what? I don't even know what I do. I try and farm quick sometimes. We got some cows there in Saskatchewan, but you got to be quick when you're in Saskatchewan because there's very big mosquitoes to run away from. You know what I mean?
One thing I will say is his beard does smell like maple, if you're wondering. He's Canadian.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. We drink stronger beer than you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Probably, rightfully so. Understandable. But anyways, I know you guys probably wanted to see this guy, and if you haven't seen his videos, you should probably check it out. Right?
Yeah, I swear sometimes, so be careful with that.
Yeah, be careful.
Goes, yeah.
Potty mouth. Watch, if you got kids, just no.
I mean, pre-watch it and then
there
you
you go,
do whatever you want.
pre-watch.
Because some kids can watch it. I mean, some kids actually they have cattle and they've heard all these
Kind of like that kid right there?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, like that kid over there. Anyways,
If you've had cattle and you've heard it and it's all good, then yeah, you've heard your dad say way worse than what I say, so it's fine.
thanks, Greg.
Right on.
Hey, look at who I ran into.
Oh, hello, camera. How are
Okay,
you?
he literally is that tall.
But when you hold the camera up at that same height, it just makes it's not that bad.
Okay. He's like up to here. I am a short little stubby guy.
But my arms very, very, very small.
See, my height is shorter, but I make it up in my broad shoulders and bigger.
If we would put
Yeah.
if we would combine ourselves somehow, we would be like unstoppable.
No. Better yet. I will be your upper body. I'll get on your shoulders, and you will be my legs. But you just.
They're not.
He just had a problem with his leg. What'd you do with your leg?
ACL tear 2 months ago. It's about the size of a grapefruit right now, because walking around a show for 2 days.
Okay, now here's the question: did you get a cadaver?
Actually, they took it from my quad.
Seriously?
It's a new procedure, newish.
Did you come up with it?
It was all me.
Dude, this guy's legit. Did you use? Okay, hang on a second. Was it Craftsman tools he used?
Nah, it was
Pittsburgh.
It was gear wrench.
Gear wrench. There you go. The guy knows class. Dude, he's talented. Do you know who this is? If not, who are you?
Ron Schrader from Hartung Family Farms, Eastern Iowa.
He has been a good buddy of ours. We connect every time at shows. We send messages back and forth, a lot of hate mail, but we're still friends, so that's cool.
That's true. And
But-
we're already planning the next trip, because if you guys
Yes.
remember, if Nick's editor remembers this, he'll link to that video right here where, remember the last time you guys planted a good crop, you guys had a good crop, there was a fire down the road.
Yes.
We were cleaning out, I think that was
Yes.
the last year you guys ever had
It was the
grain and
last. That
buildings.
was the last good year. He did some drone footage while we had a fire, and Nick was using Big Brute to run around like a mad dog.
Sweet. That's a cool video.
It was a fun time with this guy. And then he was picking on me for being short, so I kind of cried a little bit later. But I'm cool. I'm over with it. But still,
He
hate
beats me
mail.
up later, so it's a.
That's if I can catch him. I'm not very fast.
Neither am I right now. It was good seeing you as always, though, Scott.
Appreciate it, bud.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
See ya.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm back in the saddle again. We left last week to the Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa, and just got back a couple days ago, and now I'm on the last of the harvest. We got about 600 acres left, so just a little teeny bit left, and then half of that is CRP, which isn't going to make much. So, and this was kind of green when we left, so it was great being able to get away to the Farm Progress Show. For those who haven't gone, it's quite an experience. A lot of farmers come from all over the place, all over the Midwest, North America, even across the ocean, across the pond, as some would say. But anyway, when we were on stage, and I'm looking out at the audience, and this one individual was looking at us intently, and I kept looking at him, and I'd scan, and then I'd look back at him, and kind of remind me of someone, but we won't go into that. So I just thought it was interesting. So then the meet and greet happened, and we got the opportunity to visit with farms and other farmers, a lot of them from the Midwest, signed hats. It's just a great time, you know, just touching base with people that are just like you and me, as far as those who are farmers. And this guy come up and he goes, well, I'm just gonna let you know that I am the owner of that truck that you had on your videos a few months ago that you were redoing and repowering and you know, it was a 99 Peterbilt. And he pulls out his phone and he shows us a picture of this truck that we got a hold of, and he says that was mine. Of all the coincidences that would happen, and then here was the farmer that from the Midwest that had this truck, and he recognized the paint scheme on it as his former truck. And so that was just so cool to be able to talk with him and to connect. So anyway, that's the kind of the things you just never know what will happen. You know, if all the trucks in the country, we happen to be at a show, the guy shows up and it's his truck that he had first. So we really appreciate him coming forward and giving a history, and so that's cool. But we're like I said, I'm just chewing on this, just kind of enjoying, you know, combine this time of year when the pressure's off, pretty much the harvest is in, and I can just sit and enjoy not as much pressure, trying to get it done, you know, never know about a storm, and just enjoy just being in this machine, watching the crop come in and go through the combine. And you know, it would be great if many of you could experience this serenity, and it really is a serenity. We're only running one combine right now. There's other things going on at the farm, so I said I'm just going to go chew on this. And so there's nobody else around here. I'm kind of by myself. I see off in the distance, I see some dust coming out of some machines, probably a mile, 2 miles off, that are in the same boat as far as trying to finish up harvest. But other than that, it's just me and Kobe. Ready for the, oh, there it is. Whoa, go! How can I direct him over here? The rabbit, by the time he got out, the rabbit ran around that side of the combine. We'll see here. He's still looking. Should I help him? I think the rabbit took off. I think he thinks that bunny's not funny. Okay, you ready? You see it? Okay. Another one on the run. And the rabbit won. Okay, well, I'm on the last 2 fields of the spring wheat harvest and the rest of the harvest of 2024. This was CRP a couple years ago, first year out, seeded, and it's doing about 4 bushels an acre, as you can look. So yeah, it's always hard to, if it gets a little bit dry, to get yields off for fresh CRP ground. It has to go through a stage of decomposition of the sod that was there to try to break down the organisms to provide the phosphorus and other minerals that are essential. But next year, or the next time this is cropped, will be better, and then the next after that will even better yet. It'll be some pretty good ground at that time, but it's always getting past this first year. But areas that got a little more rain, like it'll go up to 13. I've had 33 in the bottom. So rain would have made gain. So anyway, but there's about let's see here, about 60 acres left. I'll finish it tomorrow, and then we'll get the combine back in the yard and call it 2024 harvest done. Then we'll got a little spraying to do, and then we're getting the drills out, and we're gonna be starting putting in winter wheat. So that's coming up. All right, we're gathered here. Andy here with Pride Cleaning came on our farm and says, we got dirty grain. You need to get it cleaned up. So, all right, that's what he's here. So anyway, we've got it all set up. I'll go on the top of the bin. I'll let you look at the whole setup here, but he's doing a great job. But although it's taken a pounding, it's kind of like a ship, isn't it? One of those old ships that had all the rowers and you had the drum, and so you constantly beat the drum and have them oaring. All right, good. Anyway, he's doing a great job. We're cleaning winter wheat. We're going to be seeding it soon, so it barely gets clean. It needs to be cleaned before it's put in the soil, right?
It does.
You don't want dirty grain in dirty soil.
No, you don't.
Yeah, sure love this bin setup. These are West Steel bins from AGI. They've been really good, solid bins. Love the capacity. Love not climbing a ladder, rung ladder instead of steps. Anyway, I'm on the top here, and we're pulling out of this bin, and so I'm going to just show you the procedure, what we have set up. So we take it out of the bin, run it up the conveyor into that back part of, or front part of the trailer, which is really a surge, because he wants a constant flow of grain, of wheat, to keep his machine running even. All right, so runs in there, he pulls it into his cleaner. There's a little short auger there, and it has a scalper first, which takes out all the big stuff. You know, it could be rocks, could be unthrashed heads, just a number of things that you don't want to go through the rest of your cleaner. Then he has an indent drum cleaner that he runs the wheat through, and that will help take out anything but the wheat seeds. There's dents in the drum, and there's just the size that a wheat will kind of get hung up on it, and then as it turns, it'll fall out. Well, others will fall out sooner, and so then it will separate. So that's really good for like wild oats, which our cleaner, a lot of people say, why don't you use your own cleaner? Well, because he's very reasonable and he can do the wild oats better than we can. Now, if we had to, we could use our cleaner. But right now, there is some wild oats in this wheat that we harvested this year. This is the last year we'll be doing this. Got some new seed that we're going to be seeding this spring or this fall. So we'll have a seed base next year for him to clean. But anyway, so it goes through his machine, then it goes through a sizer, and that kind of kicks out the small kernels and leaves the bigger ones. And then that's the clean grain going into the international with the trailer, the Demco. Then the rest of it is going into an old pup trailer of ours, which then there isn't much trash in there really. Our wheat is fairly clean, but there's a lot of wheat left. And so that's going to go back in the bin, and then we'll just sell it because it's really not much dockage. It's really good. It's still good wheat, but we want to separate all the small stuff out and just get a little bit more uniform seed. So, and then he's got a power plant, 3-phase, little Deutz that runs that whole setup. So it just runs smooth and smooth and smooth. So really appreciate His dad is the first one that came on the farm to clean some grain, 35 years ago or longer. I know it's been a long time. He finally took it over about 3-4 years ago or 5 years ago from his dad. You know, he really has walked in his father's footsteps as far as quality. He's really good about getting that quality down. So we're just grateful that he's in the area and that he gives a call. We can get it done on the farm, and then we can go on to other things. So anyway, I thought I'll make the trip down here. That's got to be an owl, because I don't think any coyote would come up here, but those are pretty good big residue left, and so it's got to be an owl that's sat up there and kind of relieved himself. Ow! Look big. So we'll get this cleaned up, and then we're gonna grab the drills and do the tweaking we need to do for them to do some fall seeding coming up here in a few days. So we'll bring you aboard. Kobe he'll pick out his favorite tractor, and then we'll roll with that one.